Hidden entirely within the vast territory of South Africa, Lesotho holds a truly unique geographical position. It is the only nation in the world completely surrounded by another country, a landlocked island with no access to the sea. Even more interesting, Lesotho is the largest among the 3 independent nations fully enclosed by another, alongside San Marino and the Vatican, both located inside Italy. But there's one key difference. Lesotho is not on the Italian peninsula, making it even rarer, both a micronation and a land with its own distinct identity. You could imagine Lesotho as an island stranded in the middle of a continent. To enter or leave Lesotho, you must pass through South Africa. Yet, what truly sets it apart is that Lesotho is not just any landlocked country. Its most surprising feature is snow. During winter, snow falls regularly, transforming this small African nation into an unexpected destination for winter sports, right in the heart of warm, sunny Africa. That's why many people wonder, how has tiny, landlocked Lesotho remained independent instead of being absorbed into South Africa? The story behind its survival will surely surprise you. Covering about 30,255 square kilometers, roughly the size of the US state of Maryland, and just slightly larger than Belgium, Lesotho also stands out for its dramatic mountainous landscape. The Melati Mountains cover almost the entire country, shaping a terrain that's both rugged and breathtaking. It's no exaggeration to call Lesotho the kingdom in the sky, an adventure paradise for those who dream of mountain climbing, horseback riding, or even skiing in the heart of Africa. People don't call Lesotho the kingdom in the sky for no reason. Nearly 2/3 of its land is mountainous, and its average elevation sits around 2,200 meters above sea level, higher than Denver, Colorado, famously known as the Mile High City. But here's the truly amazing part. Lesotho is the highest country in the world in a very special way. Its entire territory lies above 1,400 meters. No other nation on Earth has a lowest point that high. However, reaching this kingdom in the sky is no easy task. If you travel by road, you'll face steep mountain passes like Sani Pass, with sharp turns, loose gravel, and steep drops that can challenge even the most experienced drivers. And by plane? Not necessarily safer. Lesotho's Madikane airstrip is famous for its runway, only 400 meters long, shorter than an aircraft carrier deck, and ending right before a cliff nearly 600 meters deep. If a pilot fails to gain enough speed for takeoff, the result could be disastrous. On top of that, the airport sits at an altitude of over 2,300 meters, making it one of the highest commercial airports in the world. Even after you've conquered every challenge to set foot in Lesotho, one more obstacle awaits: altitude sickness. With 25% less oxygen than at sea level, you might feel dizzy, get headaches, or become exhausted. But don't worry. If you want your journey to be safe and enjoyable, leave a comment with the number 10, and we'll share some useful tips to help you conquer this breathtaking kingdom in the sky. With a population of just about 2.3 million people, Lesotho may not be a large country, but its culture is rich and fascinating enough to capture global attention. Here's something interesting. 51.1% of the population are women. That means for every 100 women, there are only around 90 men. This unusual ratio has given women in Lesotho a special social standing, one that's often higher than in many other African nations. Even more remarkable, women in Lesotho have the legal right to own land, something not always guaranteed even in developed countries. In fact, they are the backbone of the nation's economy. Visit any local market, and you'll see countless women selling everything from food, pottery, and fabrics to Lesotho's famous traditional blankets. But beyond their economic role, The women of Lesotho are known for their skill and resilience. It's common to see them carrying large buckets of water balanced perfectly on their heads, trekking across steep, uneven mountain paths, without spilling a single drop. It's a beautiful skill that takes years of practice and balance. However, when talking about women in Lesotho, one can't ignore an ancient and controversial custom: the bride kidnapping tradition, known as chobeliso. Traditionally, if a man feared rejection, he could solve the problem by abducting the woman he wanted to marry. It may sound like something from a movie, but for centuries, this was seen as a legitimate path to marriage. Today, chobeliso is strongly condemned. The government and women's rights organizations have been working hard to eliminate it. And now, it survives only in a few remote rural areas. Most modern marriages in Lesotho today are based on love and mutual consent. What do you think about this practice? Both unique and controversial? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If there were a contest to find the two most unlikely places to become sister nations, Wales and the Kingdom of Lesotho would certainly make the list. On one side, you have a misty European land of castles and rain. On the other, a small mountain kingdom surrounded entirely by South Africa. The two are separated by thousands of kilometers, with completely different climates and cultures, yet they share surprising similarities. First, the geography. Both Lesotho and Wales are covered by rugged, mountainous landscapes. In these places, climbing hills and descending valleys aren't just hobbies, they're part of daily life. In fact, some of their mountain roads could make even San Francisco's famous hills seem gentle in comparison. Then comes the language. Welsh is famous for being filled with consonants like L and W, making pronunciation a true challenge. Meanwhile, Sesotho, the native language of Lesotho, features distinctive click sounds that leave most foreigners completely puzzled the first time they hear them. Both languages are complex, beautiful, and require patience to master. But the most remarkable thing is their official partnership. Since 1985, Wales and Lesotho have been the first two nations in the world to establish a formal twinning relationship at the national level. And it's not just symbolic. Over 130 schools have organized cultural and educational exchanges. Welsh medical students have traveled to Lesotho for field experience, while Lesotho's doctors have trained in Wales to improve their skills. This cooperation is deeply meaningful, especially considering that Lesotho has only one doctor for every 17,000 people. A truly alarming statistic. A connection that began as friendship has grown into something far greater. A lasting bond built on learning, respect, and shared humanity. In America or Europe, beer usually comes in chilled glass mugs, or at least in clean, neatly sealed cans or bottles. But in Lesotho, the experience is completely different. If you order beer here, don't be surprised to see it poured from a large wooden bowl shared among everyone, instead of being served in individual cups. And instead of each person having their own drink, everyone drinks from the same source. Strange? Not at all. This is an ancient tradition deeply rooted in Basotho culture. This traditional beer is called Joala, brewed from maize and sorghum. Joala has a low alcohol content and a slightly sour taste, but what truly sets it apart is not the flavor, it's the way it's shared. There's no individuality. A large wooden bowl sits in the center, and everyone gathers around it. A single wooden ladle is passed from hand to hand. Each person takes a scoop and drinks. In some villages, people even drink straight from the communal bowl, using only their clean hands. At first glance, this ritual may seem inconvenient or even unhygienic by modern standards. But its essence lies in meaning. For the Basotho people, drinking Joala is not just about enjoying a beverage, it's about sharing. To share a bowl of beer is to share friendship, joy, sorrow, and everyday stories. In Lesotho, Joala is not just a drink. It's the thread that weaves the community together. When people think of Africa, they often picture scorching heat, herds of antelope crossing vast savannas, or endless golden deserts. But perhaps it's time to rethink that image. Because right in Lesotho, a small mountain kingdom surrounded by South Africa, you can experience real skiing on peaks rising more than 3,200 meters above sea level. Its high-altitude climate gives Lesotho a rare distinction. During the winter months, from June to August, temperatures can drop below zero, and snowfall is quite common, especially across the majestic Maloti Mountains. This makes Lesotho the only country in Africa located entirely south of the equator that enjoys snow-covered winters. The most famous destination is Afriski, the only ski resort in Lesotho, and one of the few places in all of southern Africa where you can see thick, white snow blanketing the slopes. At an elevation of over 3,200 meters, Afriski rivals many well-known European ski resorts. When the southern winter arrives, the Maloti Mountains dress in pure white, making visitors feel as if they've stepped into the Alps. And the best part? You don't have to be a professional athlete to enjoy it. Afriski offers beginner lessons, turning the idea of skiing in Africa into a truly once-in-a-lifetime experience. Do you think living in caves ended with the Stone Age? It might be time to think again. In the Morija district of Lesotho, there are still communities living in clay cave dwellings built right into the cliffs. And amazingly, they continue to be inhabited to this very day. But don't picture dark, damp caves like something out of a prehistoric movie. This is the Common Cave Dwellings, a remarkable heritage site where homes have stood for more than 200 years. They were built in the early 19th century by the Basotho tribe, under the leadership of Chief Teleka. So why did they choose caves instead of traditional houses? The answer is surprising. It wasn't out of curiosity or adventure, but for protection. These caves served as safe shelters during a chaotic time when cannibalism threatened nearby villages. What's truly fascinating is how sophisticated these homes are. They were carefully crafted, shaped like mud beehives with thick, tightly sealed walls. This clever design keeps the temperature stable all year round, warm in winter, cool in summer, without the need for heating or air conditioning. Because of this natural comfort, many people compare them to modern eco-houses. Today, the fourth-generation descendants of those early settlers still live here, preserving the traditional way of life passed down through centuries. Even better, visitors can come, hear their stories, and experience firsthand this extraordinary style of living, a living museum carved into the cliffs of Lesotho. When you think of diamonds, you probably picture the famous mines of South Africa or Botswana. But here's a little-known secret. Some of the purest and most valuable diamonds in the world come from Lesotho, the kingdom in the sky. Located over 3,000 meters above sea level, the Letseng Diamond Mine holds the title of the highest diamond mine on Earth. Yet what truly makes it special is the exceptional quality of its stones. The diamonds from Letseng consistently fetch the highest price per carat of any kimberlite mine in the world. Even more astonishing, this very site has produced 3 of the 20 largest white diamonds ever discovered. Among them, the most famous is the Lesotho Promise, a breathtaking 603-carat diamond found in 2006. Its flawless clarity stunned the world and placed Lesotho firmly on the global map of precious gems. Since 2006, Gem Diamonds has owned 70% of the Letseng mine, while the government of Lesotho holds the remaining 30%. For the nation, This mine isn't just a source of pride, it's a vital lifeline for the economy. And Letseng isn't the only one. Lesotho is also home to other major mines such as Mathe and Likobong, all located within the Coton de Cabal region, one of the most diamond-rich geological zones on Earth. In fact, Lesotho has the highest density of kimberlite pipes and dikes in the world, with dozens confirmed to contain gem-quality stones. These rough diamonds are shipped to Antwerp, Belgium, where collectors and jewelers from across the globe compete fiercely to acquire them. As a result, diamonds have become a cornerstone of Lesotho's exports, strengthening its foreign reserves and playing a crucial role in the country's economic stability. Proof that even among the clouds, true brilliance can be found. In many countries, a blanket is simply something to keep you warm at night. But in Lesotho, it's so much more. Here, the blanket is worn as part of daily life, to work, to parties, and even to sacred ceremonies. What makes the Basotho blanket special is its deep symbolism. It doesn't just protect against the harsh mountain climate, it also shows social status and community role. Certain patterns are reserved only for the king or traditional chiefs. So, wearing the wrong blanket could mean accidentally breaking a cultural rule. Those who wear the mojo lavela are often in the process of, or have just completed, the rite of passage into adulthood, a milestone in Basotho culture. Here, maturity doesn't require a suit or tie. Sometimes just the right kind of blanket says it all. But the influence of the Basotho blanket has gone far beyond the mountains of Lesotho. In 2017, Louis Vuitton drew inspiration from its patterns for a high-end fashion collection, turning a local heritage into a global trend. And if you've ever admired blockbusters like Black Panther or Avengers, you might notice something familiar. The majestic look of the Wakandan warriors was inspired, in part, by the traditional Basotho blanket itself. Forget the shiny shopping malls and high-tech supermarkets. In Lesotho, markets don't have parking lots, barcode scanners, or self-checkout counters. Instead, goods arrive by horse, donkey, or even cattle. Every week, hundreds of traders cross steep, rocky paths to gather in makeshift mountain markets. No permanent shops, no receipts, no digital payments. Everything happens the old-fashioned way, person to person. Here you can buy almost anything. Thick, warm blankets, fresh goat meat, corn, vegetables, even noisy live chickens. You can trade a bag of corn for a pair of shoes or a goat for a set of clothes. Forget Apple Pay or credit cards. The payment system here is called barter, and surprisingly, no one minds it. What truly makes Lesotho's market special is its mix of spontaneity and humor. Sometimes, if you're not paying attention, your donkey might get helped. Someone loads their goods on it, and just like that, the deal is done, and you didn't even notice. Nicknamed the Kingdom in the Sky, Lesotho is a dream destination for anyone who loves majestic landscapes, vibrant culture, and unforgettable adventures. One of its most breathtaking icons is Maletsunyane Falls, one of the highest single-drop waterfalls in Africa, plunging 192 meters, nearly twice the height of Niagara Falls. Standing before its thunderous flow crashing into the lush valley below, you can feel the raw, untamed power of nature awakening every sense. For thrill seekers, this is the perfect place to try bungee jumping or abseiling right beside the waterfall, giving you the feeling of floating in mid-air between clouds and mist. Adventure lovers will also be captivated by the legendary Sani Pass, one of the most challenging and scenic mountain routes in the world. With sharp hairpin turns and an altitude of nearly 2,900 meters, this is heaven for off-road drivers and mountain bikers alike. At the top, Sani Mountain Lodge welcomes you with the highest pub in Africa, where you can relax on a beanbag, sip a cold beer, and gaze at the endless mountain horizon. But Lesotho isn't just about nature. It's also a journey into history and tradition. At Thaba Bosiu, once the stronghold and capital of King Moshoeshoe IV, founder of the Basotho nation, the past comes alive. Today, it stands as a living museum where visitors can ride horses along ancient trails, step inside traditional round huts called rondavels, and experience the heartbeat of Basotho culture in its purest form. If there's a perfect time to feel the vibrant pulse of the kingdom in the sky, it's during the Morija Arts and Cultural Festival. This is not only Lesotho's biggest cultural event, it's a colorful celebration of music, art, and Basotho spirit. Held every year in September or October in the historic village of Morija, the festival transforms the area into a sea of color and joy. For several days, thousands of visitors and artists from around the world come together, dancing, singing, and performing in a whirlwind of energy and emotion. The highlight? The traditional outfits, the rainbow-colored Basotho blankets and the conical mokorotlo hat, proud symbols of the nation. Music at Morija is a blend like no other. Alongside Afro-jazz, gospel, and hip-hop, you'll hear ancient rhythms echoing from drums, flutes, and native instruments. Together they create a soundscape that feels both sacred and magnetic, where every step, every clap becomes part of a grand collective performance. And of course, no Morija celebration would be complete without the Basotho women dancers. With radiant smiles, bright eyes, and graceful yet powerful movements, they bring the stage and the entire crowd to life. Morija is more than just a festival. It is the soul of Lesotho, where past and present meet in one eternal song. When people think of Lesotho, they often imagine towering mountains, shepherds wrapped in colorful Basotho blankets, and peaceful horse rides across vast, quiet landscapes. But hidden deep within this small mountain kingdom lies an astonishing archaeological secret: the giant footprints of dinosaurs. In Maseru district, scientists discovered one of the largest dinosaur footprints ever recorded. It might sound unbelievable, but the creature that left those tracks is estimated to have been the size of a double-decker London bus. The species was named Kayentapus ambrokolohali. The word kolohali means giant in the Sesotho language, a simple yet powerful name. Researchers believe this massive predator stood about 2.7 meters tall and stretched nearly 9 meters long. Just imagining it roaming the land today is enough to send shivers down your spine. What's fascinating is that these footprints weren't first found by modern scientists. Centuries ago, European missionaries accidentally stumbled upon them. At the time, they likely believed the mysterious marks belonged to some legendary African creature, unaware that they were looking at rare Jurassic fossils. It wasn't until 2016, during a field study in the Roma Valley, near the National University of Lesotho, that modern researchers officially confirmed the discovery. Alongside the massive prints, they found smaller tracks belonging to other theropod species. This finding gained worldwide attention and was later published in the prestigious scientific journal PLOS ONE. If there's a place where African heritage meets the rustic charm of mountain life, it's in Lesotho's cuisine. Here, every dish is more than food. It's a reflection of daily life, community, and culture. The most iconic dish is papa, a thick maize porridge similar to Italy's polenta or South American oatmeal. It's usually served hot, accompanied by morojo, a general name for cooked green, leafy vegetables like kale or cabbage, and a hearty meat stew, creating a balance that's both humble and fulfilling. On cold highland days, few things bring more comfort than a steaming bowl of hot potatoes, filling the air with their warm, familiar scent, a reminder of the deep bond between people and the land they live on. For meat lovers, nama is a must-try. beef or lamb is marinated with spices, then slow-grilled over glowing coals. The aroma mingles with the crisp mountain air, turning any gathering or festival into an unforgettable feast. And to complete the experience, there's lefa fata, the traditional skillet-baked bread. Served warm, often with soup or curry, it has a crispy crust and a soft, tender inside. A simple yet soulful flavor that stays with you long after the first bite. Compared to the United States or most European countries, Lesotho stands out for its remarkably low cost of living. This small African kingdom is an ideal destination for those who want a simple, budget-friendly lifestyle, yet still full of new and exciting experiences. In the capital city, Maseru, renting a one-bedroom apartment costs only $250 to $400 per month, a tiny fraction of what you'd pay in New York or Los Angeles. If you need more space for your family, a three-bedroom house averages between $500 and $800 per month, still far below Western prices. Food is just as affordable. At local markets, prices are refreshingly low. A meal at a small local eatery usually costs $3 to $5 per person, while dining at a high-end restaurant might range from $15 to $25 per person. Basic utilities are also gentle on the wallet. Electricity and water bills typically fall between $50 and $100 per month, while high-speed internet costs around $40 to $60. Thanks to Lesotho's strong hydropower system, electricity is often cheaper than in many developed countries. Transportation is another pleasant surprise. Although there's no subway or railway system, buses and shared taxis are widely available, costing only $0.50 to $1.50 per ride. And if you prefer to drive yourself, you'll be glad to know that fuel prices are also relatively low compared to many other nations. In summary, with just $600 per month, a single person can live comfortably in Lesotho. A small family can maintain a good standard of living for around $1,200 per month. Thank you for joining us on today's journey. We hope this exploration has brought you fresh and inspiring perspectives. Remember, the world is still full of wonders waiting to be discovered. Stay with us on the next adventure as we continue uncovering the hidden marvels of our planet. Note: all information in this video is for reference only. Please make sure to research thoroughly before making any decisions. See you again on the next journey.